Planning for online courses for summer 2020. We are now online. All colleges have moved online. This has happened quickly, and we have had to adapt just as quickly. This may not be our first choice right now, but we are finding advantages, opportunities, and an overall progress in education that this new normal is presenting. In this presentation, I will review how online learning is different from traditional learning, how the syllabus is different, how the platforms are different, and the advantages, opportunities, and the progress of education moving forward. How is online learning different? Well, students have relied upon the traditional classroom their whole lives. They're asking, where's our classroom? And where is everybody? Where's my professor? What does everybody look like? This is very new for us, and even though it may feel like we are all alone in this, there are so many ways that we can stay connected, keep learning, and even thrive under these circumstances. We can still stay connected, asynchronously or synchronously or both. How the syllabus is different. A traditional syllabus breaks down work by class dates and each class meeting. This gives the students a rough outline of what to expect for the entire semester, what will be done in class, and appropriate due dates for assignments. But seeing that online learning is so differently, as professors and students, depending on the course topic and the advanced topic, may choose to meet either synchronously or asynchronously or both. So an online learning syllabus is broken down rather in weeks to show an estimate of what would like to be accomplished in every week. Then, as you go week by week, the student gets a picture of what will be discussed in class meetings as well as asynchronous study time. The details on synchronous sessions, discussion posts and deadlines, quizzes, supplementary reading and resource materials for writing and editing, and peer review and editing activities are all located within the platform used to house the course. Since students are so reliant on the internet for access to course materials and lectures, regular interface and engagement with the chosen platform for the course will be necessary. But I think it will also provide a sense of comfort for the students to know that all the information they need, even if they missed a class session, is all housed under one roof, making it very easy to catch up. So how are the platforms different? Well, right now, professors are choosing mostly between Blackboard, which has been the go-to for most college online learning platforms, and Google Classroom. Blackboard's video conferencing platform is Blackboard Collaborate Ultra, and Google Classroom's video conferencing platform is Google Meet. Blackboard has a very specific setup, and depending on which college you are working at, there are different versions of Blackboard that you will be working with. But in general, there is a course landing page where all of the content is on one landing page, and it views things chronologically in order of assignments and due dates. Going into a class, if I format it as a document, I'm able to post everything that happened in the class, including my PowerPoint presentations, including supplemental videos for students to watch on their own time, even a link to the recorded Blackboard session so that the entire class lecture can be reviewed by students who either missed the class or wish to review the class again. There are shortcuts in Blackboard to check your roster, create small groups, make announcements, enter grades, create a course calendar, message students, and check analytics. Google Classroom, however, has a very different interface. As most consumers and students and professors are very used to Google products, this is a little bit more user-friendly for everybody, especially when it's a very new first-time experience for students and professors to do this online coursework. In the Google Classroom setup, there is a main course page with various different streams to access people in the course, grades, classwork that's assigned, and a stream to post updates. I really appreciate that in Google Classroom, I can create sessions or classes. So even if I had a session that was synchronous, I could, just as in Blackboard, link to my recorded class session, include all of the materials so that students who missed it can view it and catch up, and students who were there can review it. But additionally, in Google Classroom, I can create a whole separate session for asynchronous work. So for example, for my summer 2020 130 writing about literature class, it is a 6-week intensive meeting 4 times a week normally, from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, for an hour and a half each day. However, for this summer, we are going to meet only synchronously Monday and Thursday, and Tuesday and Wednesday sessions will be asynchronous, which means that the student can log into Google Classroom, see all of the material that will be in their asynchronous learning time, even taking quizzes. Google Classroom also has shortcuts to grades, messaging, students, classwork, assignments, announcements, and updates, as well as a reminder of what is due and missing work. What about using both platforms? Well, I think you should only choose one to make your house. Students will find it confusing to toggle between 2 platforms. They can download one application on their smartphones and stay in touch with updates and grades as they are posted, as both Blackboard and Google Classroom have apps. And since online learning is new and hard enough, make it easy. And finally, what are the advantages, opportunities, and the progress of education as we move forward? Well, what is ultimately at stake here is student success. As teachers, we all want to see our students thrive and succeed, not only for the current classes that we're teaching, but for all of their learning going forward. And I see that online learning is making it necessary for students to increase their skill sets even sooner than before. They have to protect their student selves, their student identities. Whereas normally they would leave their family homes or dorms or apartments and go to a campus and feel like students, they now have to really protect their student identities, which means structuring student time in their homes, increasing their self-discipline, taking ownership of their behavior and time management, really committing to their education goals when they see that it really comes all down to them, which will make them rise above obstacles and adapt quickly. And online learning has also made it necessary for professors to increase our skill sets sooner than before. We are redesigning syllabi to make them more accessible and current. We are rethinking curriculum outside of just texts and textbooks. We've increased our proficiency with online learning platforms and staying more in touch with student needs and hardships. We've had to conquer previous fears with technology, and we are able to increase our student audience and retention by being accessible to international students around the globe that are no longer attending campus, but are rather all over different time zones and countries. This has prepared us for the new wave of education online. I think it's a win-win for students and professors.